Welcome back to Navigating AI with Apex Blue. I'm Lyric, and today we're building something I'm calling the Refund Prevention Lab. Picture this: a customer who loved your product suddenly asks for a refund a week after delivery. You panic. They're upset. Support is swamped. But instead of losing the sale, one timely human message turned everything around. I want to tell that story. A few months ago, we had a client, small subscription box company, who thought a refund was inevitable. Delivery was late by 2 days. The customer wrote one curt message, and the system auto-sent a boilerplate refund acceptance. They lost the customer and got a negative review. Then someone on the team paused the automation, reached out with an honest apology and an offer, a replacement box plus a 1-month credit if they'd give it another try. The customer said yes. 2 months later, they upgraded. That one human-first outreach saved revenue and reputation. Humans love this stuff, and that's the heart of the lab. So, what if we could spot those near refunds earlier, score the risk quietly, and trigger a human-friendly recovery before anyone hits the refund button? That's what we're building today. Minimal signals, a privacy-respecting rubric, scrappy automations, and a 14-day pilot to test it fast.
Pattern detected. Refunds aren't random. They come from predictable signals. Hi, I'm Nova. For the lab to work at scale, we need a small set of reliable, low-cost indicators that any team can capture. Think delivery timestamps, short complaint threads, NPS flags, sudden cancellations adjacent to support messages, and keywords in incoming messages, not as described, never arrived, charge, but treated conservatively.
Start with 3 tiers of signals. Hard signals, like a confirmed delivery failure or a chargeback pre-dispute. Soft signals, like a single negative NPS or a terse support message. And contextual signals, like order value, first-time buyer status, or expedited shipping expectations. Combine them into a simple additive score, no black boxes. Clarity achieved. Keep it transparent so humans can audit decisions.
Quick question. How do you balance being proactive with respecting privacy? We don't want a creepy inbox that feels like surveillance.
Good call. Privacy first means 2 things. Only use signals you already have in your normal business flow, and limit retention. Use ephemeral scoring. Score, act, then discard or anonymize. Also, set conservative thresholds so outreach is human-reviewed above a certain score. In short, minimal data, short retention, human in the loop for sensitive cases.
Architecting the fix. You don't need a full AI lab. Start with the scrappiest stack that gives you repeatable results. I'm Stryker. One spreadsheet, a Zapier or Makeflow, and a few templates go a long way. Watch me. Ingest delivery timestamps and support tags into a spreadsheet. Run a simple formula for risk score, and if the score passes a low threshold, create a task for a human to review with the top 3 reasons and suggested recovery scripts. Specifics. Field mapping first. Order ID, delivery ETA, last support message, NPS score, and buyer status. Score weights. Delivery failure equals 5. Explicit refund request equals 5. Terse complaint phrase equals 2. First-time buyer equals 1. Keep thresholds conservative. Then use automation to draft a recovery message in a queued task, not sent automatically. Deploying now, but with the human check.
Love that. Draft, not send. That preserves dignity and the relationship. So what do those recovery sequences look like? I want scripts that feel like service, not sales. First script, apology plus fix. Short, human, specific. I'm sorry this arrived late. Our team want to make it right. We can send a replacement today and add a credit to your account. Does that sound fair? That's dignified and opens the door. That's viral energy when done right. Let's make it irresistible. Second, value add instead of discount. Offer an exclusive add-on or expedited replacement rather than a straight % off. Humans notice thoughtfulness. Third, soft payment plan language for higher ticket items. Would you prefer to split this into 2 payments? We can pause any renewal while we resolve this. Sounds like service, not a sales pitch.
Let's streamline this into operational reality. I'm Pulse. You can't run a lab if it creates more chaos. Here's a 14-day pilot. Day 1 to 2, instrument the signals and set scoring. Day 3 to 5, train 2 reviewers on the review checklist and templates. Day 6 to 13, run 1 week of shadow operations. Automations create tasks, but reviewers only observe and log actions. Day 14, switch to live review with a cap. No more than 5 recovery sends per day until SLA metrics look clean.
Roles: 1 reviewer, 1 escalation owner, and a weekly root cause lead. SLAs: initial human review within 8 business hours, resolution within 48 hours for soft cases, and 24 to 48-hour mandatory evidence pack review before any chargeback submission. Metrics to track: refund rate, recovery rate, average time to resolution, and sentiment after recovery outreach.
On the technical side, build a simple evidence template for disputes, time-stamped delivery confirmation, photos or GPS when available, copies of the communication thread, and a short narrative written by the reviewer explaining the resolution steps. Keep a required hold of 24 to 48 hours before submitting anything to payments processors. Hasty submissions weaken your defense.
Also, add sentiment monitoring to the review process. If an outreach increases negative language, downgrade the template and route to a senior reviewer. We mitigate the risk of annoying customers by monitoring the reaction to recovery messages and iterating quickly. Projecting the next move. If a template has negative lift, pull it immediately and A/B test a softer message.
Okay, practical use cases. A missed delivery, a product expectation mismatch, and a billing surprise. For missed delivery, we lead with empathy and an offer, replacement today or partial credit. For product mismatch, we offer a trial extension or accessory that addresses the complaint. For billing surprise, we provide a clear breakdown, apologize for confusion, and offer a small credit plus a discussion on payment options. All of these are scripted but personalized by the reviewer.
Guardrails. Never promise refunds automatically. Avoid language that admits legal fault. And always document what was agreed to in writing. For any recovery that includes a financial concession, record manager approval in the task. Systems never sleep, so automate logs and reminders, but keep decision records human-readable.
For teams lacking Zapier or Make, you can still do this manually in a shared spreadsheet with colored rows and filters. Flag rows for review by priority and use canned responses saved in a team doc. When you can, move to lightweight automation. Trigger a draft email or Slack DM to the reviewer with the top 3 risk reasons and suggested script. Precision wins when you keep the human in front of the send button.
And measure impact. Begin with a baseline week of refund and chargeback rates. Then run the lab pilot and compare. Clarity achieved when you report recovery rate and net revenue preserved. Also track false positives, cases where outreach wasn't needed, and reduce those by tuning thresholds.
Before we wrap, let's make this immediately actionable. Pulse, give us the 14-day sprint condensed into 3 things teams can do this week.
1. Instrument 3 signals today: delivery timestamp, last support message, and NPS feedback flag into any shared log or spreadsheet. 2. Create 2 recovery templates, apology plus fix, and value add, and save them in a shared doc for reviewers. 3.
assign one reviewer, and commit to an 8-hour initial response SLA for any flagged case for the next 2 weeks.
And I'll add creative scripts to try this week. The concise apology line, the value-add offer that reads like a gift, and the soft payment plan phrasing. Use them as starting points. Personalize them so they feel human. Creativity unlocked.
From a tech angle, set up one automation this week that drafts a review task when score greater than threshold. Don't auto-send anything. Test the automation in shadow mode for at least 3 days to validate scores and false positives.
And monitor. Set a weekly dashboard with refund rate, recovery rate, and average time to resolution. If you see a cluster of refunds tied to the same cause, run a root cause experiment that month. Delivery partner, product description, or onboarding expectations. Efficiency is inevitable when you pair the lab with structural fixes.
Those are 3 immediate actions, listeners. If you want the full toolkit, templates, scoring rubric, evidence checklist, and a prompt pack to wire this into popular tools, visit apexblue.com/refundprevention. We built a download so you can run the 14-day pilot with checklists in hand.
One last operational note. Commit to one structural improvement per month based on what the lab finds. Don't let the lab become a permanent Band-Aid. Use it to learn and improve.
And remember, evidence quality matters. Use the checklist, don't rush submissions, and keep humans writing the narratives that accompany chargeback documentation. That 48-hour review window is not optional.
If your team wants to iterate on the scoring rubric, start conservative and adjust with data. Pattern detected. Small, measured changes reduce false positives and increase trust in the lab.
Thank you all. This felt like a practical session. Creative messaging, scrappy tech, and an operational plan that small teams can actually run. Remember, the goal is to preserve relationships, protect margin, and learn fast. That's viral energy, but for operational excellence.
Visit apexblue.com/refundprevention for the toolkit and prompt pack. Try the 3 actions this week and tell us what you learned. Stay smart, stay curious, and stay ahead.